Global Socialpreneurs is brought to you in part by Positive Talk Radio, KKNW 1150 AM in Seattle. Check them out at www.positivetalkradio.net.
Welcome to Global Socialpreneurs, a one-of-a-kind talk show showcasing expert social entrepreneurs. Learn their stories and their secrets to creating a sustainable impact. Now, here are your hosts, social entrepreneurs Ann Scotland and SHAMETRIA Gonzalez.
Hi, welcome back to Global Socialpreneurs. We're so excited to have you all joining us today and for joining us in this incredible conversation about changing the global narrative around social entrepreneurship. So many people don't know what social entrepreneurship is, and we would like to change that so that what the highly desirable entrepreneur, everyone wants to be an entrepreneur in, say the 80s, 90s, early 2000s in the Western world. We would love to change that to social entrepreneur going forward. And we have some of the most incredible social entrepreneurs that come on our show, share their stories and their tips on how they were able to get started and the amazing work they're doing. So, SHAMETRIA, we have someone wonderful today.
We do. I'm so excited to see my friend Roxana come on with us. She is an amazing woman, and I'm just so happy that she made time to be here with us.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm going to read, since I am just meeting her today, lucky me, I'm going to read a little bit about her just briefly for you all. Yes. So Roxana Castellanos is a social entrepreneur. She works to solve the lack of resources for women who need to build financial literacy and skill. She also has built a skilled professional community for women in finance to come together, to collaborate, and to grow collectively. Roxy is a self-made woman who overcame her own difficult upbringing, a divorce, and raised 3 children as a single mom while becoming a stock market trader and a successful social entrepreneur.
Yes. I'm so excited. And just to add to that, Ann, I met her at a real estate event. And I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I met her number one raving fan, which was her son. We were on a private yacht together, and he told me all about his mom. We were supposed to talk maybe like a month ago, and we stuck to it. We stayed, and we finally got to speak. And I just was so blown away by her story. But before that, I was blown away at the way that her son just raved about his mother. So when she says she raised 3 kids on her own, she did a great job. And I think as social entrepreneurs, sometimes we forget that. So without further ado, I am pleased to welcome my friend, Roxana.
Just Roxy.
Yeah, just Roxy. Hi, SHAMETRIA. Nice to meet you, Ann.
Hi, Roxy. So happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here with you, lovely ladies.
Yes. So, Roxy, the last time that we talked, I was so blown away by the things that you do and the way that you show up for the women in your community. I know your story, but can you tell our audience a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Okay, as mentioned, my name is Roxana Castellanos, and I am a mother of 3 beautiful. They're still going to be my kids. They're already, pretty up there. They're grown little, individuals. But and I am the CEO and founder of Women in Finance Community. I'm also have a community of a in-person live training lounge. And I also have a all-women trading community online. So, and I'm a day trader, investor in the stock market, and pretty busy.
So what made you want to get into day trading? That's that story that I wanted you to tell. Yes. What made you finally say, let me become a social entrepreneur? Let me take what I have and push myself out of my comfort zone and make myself financially free?
My divorce of 20 years. I felt I was in a place where I had to reinvent myself. And I no longer wanted to be tied up to the 9 to 6, and I didn't want to be tied up to how much money I could make. So all that put in together, COVID hit. It was, for me, it was a blessing in disguise because I was able to take the time to actually learn this skill. And so I was reinventing myself, recreating myself from after a 20-year divorce. Getting learning this new trade also helped me learn more about myself. Um, because trading, it's not just about like making money. You're also, like I was telling Shamitria, how you are in life will reflect in your trading. So if there's areas you need to tackle down, you're not disciplined or stuff like that, you'll see it in your trading. So all that, it was like it was a personal growth for me. And within a few months, I became a successful day trader, and I never went back to 9 to 6. I used to be a paralegal before. I never went back to that, and I was so inspired to teach and showcase this skill of day trading to other females, um, and that was just so like I said, COVID was uh, um, a blessing in disguise because I got to learn this beautiful skill of day trading and become my own boss.
And to our social entrepreneurs out there that don't know what day trading is, what's just a very, very brief example of what is day trading for somebody who has no idea what that is?
Yeah, that's a great question. I always speak on this like I think everybody knows about it. Day
It's okay.
trading, yeah, so day trading is where you literally day trade the stock market on a daily basis. Okay, so a full-time day trader is considered somebody that like could make a certain amount of money within, like, maybe what somebody could make at a 9 to 5, um, on a, like, whatever they make on a weekly basis at a 9 to 5, you can make a certain amount of money. They trading the stock market. What you do is you just buy what you call options, and it's not shares. It's a whole new different beast in the stock market. But what you do is you just enter trade. You just enter trades where the market is going up or down. I mean, there's more technical analysis into
Yeah,
this, but you get a brief you, and as long as you know and you enter the correct direction, you can make a lot of money trading the stock market.
beautiful. And when it comes to the women that so did you start doing it for yourself and then you decided to teach other people because of the
Yeah,
success? How did that
yeah,
happen?
yeah. I was just going in it for myself, to be honest.
Okay.
This was all new to me, but when I was able to achieve freedom, where I didn't have to report to a job from going in a 9 to 5, and how I was able to make what I used to make 5 times more in a few minutes, I was like blown away. So I was like, women need to know about this. And then the trading community I was in, it was predominantly male. It was probably like over 1,000 men, and it was probably like 5 of us in there. I'm like, why are women not coming in here? Women need to know about this and learn about this. So I just started sharing what I already knew for free. I just wanted to attract more women into this and be like, and show the possibilities, of how much, like, the freedom. That's the most important thing, the freedom. I have women that have quit their job and are happy at home, make their money right before 8 a.m., go be with their kids, go to the field trips. The husbands are happy, like they're at home, so yeah, and that's what made me share this skill, just the freedom that you have with it.
That's incredible. And I know I've had people in my life who were day traders. My dad used to do some on the side. My ex-husband also used to do
Oh,
some.
there you go.
So yeah, so I'm familiar with the concepts. I think for anyone who's well versed in day trading, one of the questions would be, when you are looking for an income to rely on for yourself and or for the social cause you are working for, how risky is it to do this? And are there ways to minimize risk so that you can have a more predictable income? Or how does that work? Because I don't know. I've never done trading.
No, that's the number one risk. So that's one of the first things I tell anyone that gets into this. The first thing is risk management. Don't come into this coming in and think this you're gonna be rich in a month or two, or no, 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 no. Risk management comes first. And you hear this concept a lot. Oh my God, but I hear a lot of people losing money, losing money. Are they implementing risk management? And that's one of the faults we have that in this field that a lot of people don't. And there's tools that you literally feature tools when you enter a trade where you could put, oh, I don't want to lose no more than $100 or a certain percent. The feature is in there. You just set it in, and it will take you out of the trade once your risk management hits. So, of course, there's a risk, but you have risk management. There's a way to protect your capital, and that's one of the number one thing. Yeah, you have to protect your capital.
Wow, that's really good to know, though. I mean, I think that's clearly newer progress than back when my dad was doing it when I was a kid. So, that we have these tools, that you have tools that can help you set parameters to control the level of risk and to not go financially upside down. So another question our viewers might have is, on average, maybe once you're up and running, how many hours a day reasonably do you think you would have to plan on working on average to make the profit you need?
It's a bit of a broad question in this field, and I'll just explain briefly why. Because you could choose, there's different approaches. You could be a day trader and go in it for a few minutes, but what is required is patience. You have to make sure you enter a trade only if you see a setup, and if you do go in, enter. By me, it might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes on a daily basis, or there's another approach, which is swing trading, where you could enter a position and hold for a few days, and all you have to do is kind of just browse, and kind of just check on your position every now and then. So, and then there's a little longer term approach. So it really depends on what you want to do.
I see. So I think I can narrow down my question then. So let's say someone already has a full-time job, but they're looking to start a social entrepreneurship, and they say, okay, my full-time job, that's money for me. Like, there's one way you could use social entrepreneurship. Doesn't have to be the way you're doing it exactly, right? But they're like, I'm going to start doing some trading on the side, and whatever profit I make over and above my principal is what I'm going to contribute to the cause, the problem, the social problem that I'm trying to solve. So, how many hours a week, once you're up and running, would you say on average you spend?
A week, maybe 5 hours.
Wow. Okay. So that's great. That's what I was wanting to know, because I think a lot of our viewers would be like, is that something I could do on the side? Maybe they could raise a certain amount of principal and play with it from there. And what a great way to raise cash for your enterprise.
Then
sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, Roxy, the thing that got me with you was how you started off kind of like, oh, let me just get women into this. And then you started to see, she actually started to see that the women needed guidance, coaching, more self-care, healing. So this is how our community organically, she started off with business, and then it turned into this women's group of empowerment. So that's where I think most of the times we talk about social entrepreneurship, and some people don't know how to get started. You didn't even think you were getting started. You thought you were doing business, and it turned into a women's group. So That's really what I wanted to like dive in a little bit more too. Of how did that journey look for you, and when did you start to see like, okay, this is my give back. This is how I'm actually, because you didn't charge.
No, not at all. Not at all. It literally, I just in the community that I was in, I just every week I'm like, hey, um, I'm willing to meet this day, certain time. Come and meet me here. And I remember my first meet up was 4 of us. 3 ladies showed up, and I showed them what I knew and so forth. And then I did it again. Next time was 14, and then just kept growing, and then the consistency kept coming, and then I would meet at one of my friends' house, so she would lend me her place because she had a beautiful home where then we started meeting up daily, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. sharp, all of us teaching them what I would see, what trades I would enter, the live trading field. And then that's how the women in finance just started. People were like, the guys in the trading community are like, wait, how come there's the guys there? Why don't you invite us? I'm like, because I'm doing this for the women.
Right. Now this event that you have.
Yeah. And I wasn't charging. I just wanted to provide, and share the skill that I had learned.
So now you reached out to me about an event. When did it turn into you wanting to actually host an event for them and bring them together in order to really serve them? Like, what makes you want to do that part?
Yeah. I mean, now it's become, like I said, a women in finance network, not just a network community, but empowerment. And like I said, trading, it's not just about making money. It's also aligned with personal growth and day-to-day personal growth. So I want to keep creating the possibilities, and I want this to be, spread out more. So I want to have an event and have, somebody like SHAMETRIA come in and speak on, different possibilities, because I don't want it just to be, day trading, SHAMETRIA, she has her powerful story too, and her, on social entrepreneurship and everything. So I just wanted to, I just want to continue creating more possibilities for all the ladies that I have within my community.
And what is that saying you always say? If we could just get one.
Oh yeah.
Like that sticks with me, girl. I think about that all the time. If every social entrepreneur could just hire one person or just do one thing to give back as a cause, like you helping women become financially free and not charging them when it comes to being financially free, that right there is a cause. And I don't know if you make the connection, but that's what I connected yesterday. I'm like, oh, she don't even realize what she's doing. You do realize it, but I don't think you really understand. The number one reason women stay in domestic abuse, sexual assault, being trafficked is because of finances. If there's a way for us to get some financial freedom and somebody can help us with that and they're not charging, you know how much, like you're literally giving back, and you just start off as wanting to help. So if every social entrepreneur out there is like, okay, I'm making millions creating plants, creating pots, washing clothes, like you said, and how do I give back? Just start showing one person how to do it too.
Yes.
Like, that's what I take from you.
Yes. 100%.
No, I love that, SHAMETRIA. It's so true, and that's why I say always, and and SHAMETRIA and I, as social entrepreneurs as well, really by leading by example, we show the value of that to someone, whether they're on the receiving end, whether they're on the observing end, whether we bring them as a collaborator or a partner, and teach them and show them how they can do this simply and easily, and teach others to do the same. It's a beautiful and replicable process to create sustainable social impact. This is the kind of impact social entrepreneurship offers, that kind of impact that is harder to come by when you're absolutely and only 100% dependent on donations, like many nonprofits, or only on government grants. When you build a business as a business with a business plan, with, intended goals of either running the business to help solve a social problem specifically, you're making something, a product or service that solves a social problem, or you are running any business and a percentage of those profits, which, originally Roxy probably hadn't even think about that. The percentage of the profits are basically going, your time, if nothing else, and any other resources, into teaching other people how to solve a social problem, how to have more financial freedom. It's just a beautiful, beautiful example.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I know we have a couple more minutes, guys, but the question that I always ask to every social entrepreneur, especially somebody like yourself, you seem to have a lot of free time, which I'm going to have to talk to you about. But how do you take care of yourself in this position? And balance everything. I know you have like a lot of risk management. Like you probably, sometimes it's scary. Sometimes you lose money. Sometimes you gain it. How do you take care of Roxy? And how do you keep yourself to a certain level to where you can be the leader in this space that you have these women looking up to you? We don't get a day off when we get in these positions. No matter what we do, we got to show up. We got to smile. How do you make sure?
It's true. One of my friends recently posted something about like, oh, make sure you check on that person that's always positive. Make sure you check on the person that's always laughing, because those are the person you want to sometimes really check on. Yeah. For me personally, well, first of all, every morning I do like to ground myself. I step in onto the grass, my prayer and my few minutes of read my Bible and make sure that I start my day with gratitude and very well grounded and be prepared for whatever will come my way that day. Whether I'm not even going to say good or bad, because I think that even if it's something that didn't go your way, there's still a lesson to be learned with that. There's still an opportunity to grow from that. So just to be prepared. And so that's one of my biggest things. And just stay in gratitude and always, the girls actually also help me stay like, if I'm feeling, a little down sometimes, the girls, they're being so positive and motivating and empowering. So they're always talking about how I'm always empowering them and motivating them, but they also motivate me too. And they just don't know it. I mean, they do. I tell them, but they don't know how much they motivate me sometimes,
Yeah.
And sometimes when my energy might be a little low and I see them like going and pushing, I'm like, I gotta keep pushing too.
Yes.
So it's just that environment, the circle, staying grounded and, keep moving towards my purpose. That's how I fulfill my cup.
Wow.
I love that. That's so beautiful. And you're so right, because I experience the same, and I know SHAMETRIA does too, which is when you're giving back in that flow, you're also filled, which is just really amazing. And sometimes that is not always what you get from a typical 9-to-5 kind of job experience, right?
Yeah.
You go in, you put in your hours, clock in, clock out.
Yeah.
Even if you're in management, right? But when you're doing something not only that you are good at and that you love and that you can demonstrate makes good money, but you're also helping other people, it just takes it to a whole new level. And making money is great, but when you can make money and make an impact in the world around you and help solve a social problem and surround yourself with other amazing people, that's when it's really satisfying. And to me, it's that almost psychological part of social entrepreneurship that gets momentum and drives it forward and makes it sustainable in the long term, as opposed to a pop-up venture that's here and gone.
Exactly.
1,000%. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your take? We've been coining this thing social entrepreneur. I put it in Google and YouTube, and we're at the top. Okay, we're the top ones when they look us up. Okay. But to you, Roxy, you know what Ann said about social entrepreneur. You know me in your conversation yesterday, what I told you what it means to me. What does it mean to you to be a social entrepreneur?
It's just creating an impact out there, and by creating unlimited possibilities, um, and that there's more to than that you might just see right in front of you. And so just to be able to showcase that and be that possibility yourself, it creates wonders, because when people see it and believe in you, like you said earlier, it just takes one person, right? And that one person eventually become that one person, and she's going to change that other one person. So even if it's one at a time, so it's all about creating impacts among others, especially for women on my end.
And if you had one piece of advice to give to our audience on how to get started, what would that be?
Join a community of traders. If you're a woman and you feel a little bit intimidated being around, other men, and I know that how that could be too. Just find yourself a woman community to be part of, because it's not, you don't have to do this alone, and it's great to do it in groups. So don't do it alone. Find yourself a community that will help you and support you and empower you and motivate you. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Roxy. It's just been so delightful to have you here, to get to know you. I know people who want to find out more about you, about the work you do, about opportunities that you offer. They can look in the notes or caption on this video or audio today and check it out. Reach out to you. So everyone, if you'd like to reach out to Roxy to learn more, find out what she's doing in her social entrepreneurship, and what kind of resources she has available, especially for women who want to be in finance, who do trading, become more financially literate and in power of their own lives. Like SHAMETRIA said, they can get out of difficult situations if they have that integrity and that experience to use their finances wisely. I know I would have left a dysfunctional relationship much sooner if I thought I was confident in that I could make enough income to do it alone, that I could still pay the mortgage, that I could still, and I lingered in an unhealthy relationship because I didn't have that freedom. And you know what that's like, Shmitra. I mean, and I think the more that we can share this with people, the more that we can share this with young women, and then expose them to these possibilities so that they can learn. They don't have to learn all the steps, but they can learn that it's possible, and they can have mentors from communities like yours, Roxy, that you've already created, women that are doing this who could then mentor much younger women, even if it's just for a day or a workshop, to say, hey, you have options. You're not alone. This is a community of resources, of people, of Roxy and everyone else there. We'll help you. We'll teach you. And you can take charge of your life, and you can have the freedom you deserve. That gets me excited. So I don't know about you guys, but that gets me excited.
Yes.
Well said.
All right. Well, thank you for being here again. And thank you to all our viewers, as always, for tuning in. We stream on Wednesdays from 12 p.m. Eastern. That's at 9 a.m. Pacific. And you can check out our other episodes on our playlist. You can also go to the website. You can go to globalsocialpreneurs.com. You can also, in the notes, go directly to some of Shametria's pages and offerings and see what's going on in her global socialpreneur world right now. And just reach out, come back, and we'll see you again next week. And as always, be kind to yourself and kind to those around you. Bye.
Bye-bye.